Xander, how did the boys pull up from today's main session?
No, look good. Yeah, it was really sharp session. We only trained for 30 minutes, so yeah, the boys look really sharp.
Does that keep sort of the tactic you're taking to a short week, keeping it nice, short, sharp and shiny?
Yeah, I guess it's just this time of the year too, I guess this is round 17, so it's we can't really get much fitter, stronger this time of year, and a 6-day break coming back from Sydney. Yeah, it's important that we just keep our recovery where it's at and ensure our boys are fit and fresh for Saturday.
And how did Kurt train as well?
No, he's fine, he's flying, so he's really eager to play, and I'm sure he'll play on Saturday.
So no more testing to be done with him? Has he been cleared medically?
Yep, he's fine, he's ready to go.
Three forced changes at this stage, so Tippett back, one maybe Petrenko as well.
Yeah, the guys that obviously will be available who weren't last week would be Tippett, Dowdy, and probably Petrenko. Yeah, so with the 3 outs, we've got 3 guys ready to come back in. There might be some more changes though. Depends on how guys pull up, and also too a bit of fitness and form as well.
So you'd be loath to make more than 3 if you had to. You don't want to make much more than that.
Oh yeah, it depends a little bit too, because the balance of the side and talls and smalls. West Coast typically pick a tall forward line. So with our defence, whether any adjustments are made there, and with our forward line too, we might shuffle things up a little bit.
Has Petrenko been declared fit, or has he still got some work to do?
You could almost declare him fit to play. Yeah, I think he did the full session today. Did some extra stuff at the end, just a bit of extra conditioning stuff. But he looks really good. So he'll be one that you'd expect to come back into the side.
Sando, but you spoke about Tippett. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk about Travis Cloak and Travis Boak across here. How wary are you that the Kurt Tippett situation doesn't become a public sort of thing in the media and becomes that sort of circus type situation here at the Adelaide Club?
Yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to play out across the whole competition, because I know the spotlight at the moment is on Boak and also Cloak. When things are sorted out there, whether then the focus comes back to Kurt here, but we're quietly confident that Kurt's going to re-sign for us. But I know as the longer it drags out, the more it becomes a story, and I guess internally it's no distraction for us, but it does create some interest outside of the footy club. So we'd like for it to be done soon, but how soon it gets done, I'm not sure.
Why did you draw the line in the sand about Kurt's contract?
There'll be none of that here. We're not going to say you have to have something in place by this day. But yeah, the longer the season drags on, I guess the more speculation starts to creep in. But as I said, we're quietly confident that he'll put pen to paper soon.
What's the latest? I mean, Phil Harper keeps saying that we've just put a contract to him and negotiations been going for only a week or two. We've been saying that for a few weeks. Kurt says on TV in 2 interviews recently that he's put contract negotiations off until the end of the season. What's your understanding of where it's at?
My understanding is that it'll be done in the second half of the season. That's what it was at the start of the year. It was Kurt's going to talk about his next contract in the second half of the year. I guess that's just where it sits from my point of view. At some point in the second half of the season, Kurt's going to make a decision about his future, and I know his management and our list managers are in constant consultation, and yeah, we're quietly confident that a deal will get done soon.
So he hasn't told the club, in effect, that he's going to wait till the end of the year?
No.
So we're hearing 2 different stories. That one he's saying to camera, one to you guys. Is that right?
No, I'm not sure. I'm probably the wrong guy to ask about that. You've probably got to keep asking Phil Harper that one. I'm trying to coach the team, and the stuff with contracts and getting ready for next year is probably not my department, if that makes sense.
Do you think you guys can afford him, mate? Is that going to be an issue, the finances, that other money might be thrown at him from other clubs?
I'm not sure. Once again, I don't get involved with the contract negotiation stuff. All I can do from my point of view is provide an environment of success and encourage Kurt that he's part of our short and long-term plans, and if he decides that he wants to stay, then that's great. And if he doesn't, we'll have to make adjustments to our list for next year. But as I said, I think, I know that Kurt does like playing here. It's not that he doesn't like playing here anymore. But as I said, I'm quietly confident that he's going to put pen to paper soon.
And just to clarify that, you're not going to put a gun to his head, as you said, and not say, right, we need to know by certainly before round 20, your last game with the minor round. Yeah,
I know it's newsworthy, and we should talk about it because there's a lot of interest about it. But seriously getting down towards the business end of the season, and we've got to play good footy. And contract negotiations are left to people outside of the coaching group, and we're just doing our best that we can to play good footy every week. And Kurt comes back this week. He's going to be fresh. I'm sure he's going to play well, and I know it's going to gather momentum. And we'd love for it to be, or for it not to be a distraction. But at the moment, it's not for us. So if it did get to the point where we felt like this is really distracting the way we're playing, then we'd have to do something about it. But at this stage, it's not.
Brenton, on the weekend, obviously, Jack Zeeble got done last night before this. I know you can't say too much, but a lot of football people have said that he got the 4 weeks because he was going for the ball. What was your take on that one?
It's a tricky one because obviously I can't comment, and we're somewhat gagged a bit as senior coaches to be able to make comment on decisions. But we instruct our players to go really hard at the ball. If there's an incident where there's head contact and the tribunal look at it, then we've just got to trust that they make the correct decision. So we'll keep instructing our players to attack the ball with the same ferocity. But yeah, we understand that we don't want serious injuries in our sport, and anything that protects the player's head, we've got to encourage.
So you'd never change your focus after watching he got 4 weeks for that?
No, that was just a split decision that was made, and as I said, I can't comment. But we'll keep instructing our players to attack the footy.
4 weeks, is that? I mean, I know you can't say too much, but it's harsh. I mean, especially when you compare it to Judd.
Yeah, it's difficult because I know you'll want to. Part of you, naturally, you want to line up everything. You want to line up Wellingham, you want to line up Judd, and you want to line up Zeeble, but you can't. So it is.
Okay, watching Judd's incident, not a good thing for footy. Just looking at it.
Difficult for me to comment. Not one of my players, and I'm probably one of Chris Judd's biggest fans, and I'm disappointed that we're not going to be able to see him play, for a few weeks, and he's obviously vital for Carlton's success, but not my footy club.
So, what are your thoughts on Geelong's public wooing of Travis Blake? If 3 big guns have rolled into town to talk to Tippett, how would you feel about that?
Yeah, we'd be disappointed, but it's obviously within the rules. So Geelong haven't done anything wrong. We probably feel, don't we, that it's just not the right thing to do, but at the same time, it's within the AFL rules, and it's the landscape that we're playing in at the moment. And I think it's going to happen every year now at every club. There's going to be, with free agency coming in as well and players out of contract, it might just be the nature of the beast a little bit, but at the same time we probably feel that it's not the right way to go about it. But if it's in the rules, then do it.
Have you spoken to Chris about that?
No, I haven't. I probably shouldn't comment because I do have a lot of respect for Geelong Footy Club, and obviously I'm a close friend of Chris Scott. But it's a decision that they've made, and that's their decision.
Sam Jacobs has got a massive battle. I heard you describe this season early in the week as being incredible. One, how have you seen this season? And two, how big is his battle going to be with Cox and Natanui this week? Yeah, that's going to be a pivotal matchup. Cox, Natanui v Jacobs, and Jenkins, Tippett, those sort of guys. That'll be pivotal to the game, and whoever wins the hit-outs, then it becomes whoever wins the clearances. So we've had some opportunities this year where we've dominated hit-outs, but that hasn't related to winning clearances either. So we've just got to make sure that, one, we have a fair crack at winning the hit-out, but also, two, that our method at ground level is exactly how we want it as well. Are we seeing possible All-Australian battle in the ruck this week?
I didn't think of that. That's a nice game within a game, isn't it? I think Sam deserves to be certainly in All-Australian calculations. Still 7 games to go, though. It's a long way to go. And Cox and Natanui, that's as good as it gets. Mumford's another one in good form at Sydney, and there's some good guys there's some players in good form at other clubs as well. But because he's in our own backyard, we love what Jacobs is doing this season.
What's made him so good this year? Why did he take that next quantum leap?
More and more experience. I guess he's really relishing that number 1 ruck role as well. I know Scott Camporelli and Matty Clark have done a fantastic job in preparing him every week. He's really well educated on the opposition, and he's a real pro. Some kids just understand what it takes to get themselves right to play every week, and he's got that routine and that balance perfect this season.
And how do you feel about going against Cox, who's a bit of a role model for him? How's that going to play in his mindset?
Yeah, that'll be a good challenge for him. Yeah, and I'm sure he's up for it. Every week he comes up against a good opponent, and probably doesn't get much bigger than coming up against someone you really admire.
Brenton, was there something you were working on specifically at training? I think we usually get a sneaky shot through the gate, but there was a fake plastic sheet on. Was there anything in particular you wanted to keep out today?
No, not so much. We just, when we say closed session, we try and make it a closed session. And I know you guys like to get there and get a little bird's eye view through the gate. So the SANFL were nice enough to put a black sheet over there today. So nothing really secret, but we're just trying to ensure that as we get closer to the business end of the year that we keep things in-house.
So it wasn't a directive from you, it was the SANFL just saying, we'll help you out.
Yeah, I liked it, yeah, thanks.
Graham Johncock, is he ready to go?
Yeah, he is, yeah. He'll be one that, again, is pressing for selection this week. He's an experienced player, brings a lot to the team, so he'll be one we'll debate about this week, I'm sure.
What's I know he had an injury, but last year he would have been a walk-up start if he got injured. Is anything changed with him, or is it really just fitness?
No, not so much. It's just more the fitness base. It's demanding now with 3 on the bench. You've got to ensure that you've got players that are match condition, that they can run games out. And I think Graham's back to that point now. So now he's just got to force his way into the side, and I guess new coach too, and just ensuring that where's he best fit as a small defender or as a small forward or as a midfielder. So he's one that we'll definitely debate this afternoon when it comes to picking the side.
How much work that out where you think he's best fit in your team?
I think he can do both really well, yeah. So this week it'll be a bit about where he's best suited, and we'll have a look at their side and who they pick. They've got a few injuries as well, and guys coming back from suspension. So we'll have a look at their squad and work out where he best fits for us as well.
How much
This game,
How much can you learn out of the Nat Cup Grand Final?
Yeah, a little bit. I watched it again last night just to sort of see how much we've changed the way we've played and if they're doing anything differently. The Eagles have got some great numbers this year with their defensively. Their press is as good as you see in the whole competition, and it's very difficult to get the ball out of your back 50. Also, too, their domination through sort of hit-outs and clearances is very good, and they're very efficient moving the ball forward as well. So I think we're getting better, though. If you look back at that game, we've really evolved since that NAB Cup win as well, and I think we're playing better footy. But you can learn a lot. We learnt a lot from how Sydney played them last week, so we'll look back at that game again over the next few days and ensure that what Sydney did well against them, that if we can implement that as well.
Obviously, their shutdown of the Ruckman was one thing you would have.
Yeah, I think with Lynch out, though, they had to use Cox more forward. So, Natanui was a bit of a lone hand in the ruck. So if they when they get Lynch back this week, probably means they can do the tandem ruck stuff again, which is a huge advantage for them.
What was going to tell us about Adelaide this week? Because obviously West Coast is one of the great sides, but they're not a full strength still.
Yeah, it's a good question. I know you sort of want to build this game up where it's two sides fighting for top 4 and all that sort of stuff, but it's just a great opportunity for us to beat a good side at home, and it's another step for us to show if we're improving, and still with some players out for us if we can get it done with injuries, but it's just another contest for us. We don't build it up that way internally. It's a good game to talk about, and I know there's a lot of excitement about 2 really good sides. Good to see where you're at. Chance for us to go 2 games above West Coast, but it's a great opportunity for us to play well against a good side.
Is it a better time to play them considering they came off a hard slog against Sydney?
Yeah, sometimes you can look at it that way, but it's just a great opportunity for us to play well against a good side. Sometimes you can say, West Coast had a hard game last week, 6-day break, they've got to travel, but we've got our own challenges as well, so we've just got to be at our best to beat them.
And later on towards the end of the season, is there still no concern with percentage? Is it winning is still paramount?
Yeah, exactly right. Winning is paramount. We just have to get the wins. I said it last week, a 1-point win I'd take. Same again this week. We just got to get the 4 points.